As of now, yo, Core Power Hour, a little bit late. Sorry. We have, we have Nishita. She recorded a set in today, so I'm gonna play that for you. Then we record an interview, and I'll play that. Otherwise, just sort of hang out. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice Sunday.
In the club with a diamond, I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to serve. I'm going berserk. I do you the worst, what it's worth. The money clean, but I'm dirty. I'm tweaking, I'm geeking on purpose. I'm full of that, ain't got no purpose. I'm cutting up them diamonds so perfect. Turn up. Back outside where the niggas ain't let, they gon' pull up on side of the niggas. I'm rich but I slide with niggas. I been out of my body, no filter. Shit side bitch, nympho. Sent flight through the city, got Burview. Getting litty with the young crew. Got shots in the water with a model. 2 doors, 2 tones for a brother. From the dark to the dark, that's a model. Right or wrong, stay down for my partners. Pitch black, broad day, a drop. Get rich, bad bitch gon' follow. Drink syrup with my foot on the pedal. Like a bird in the sky, but I'm slack. Took a chance, had to ride with the slack. No love for the bitch, we smack. Pull up right now, 3 back. Walk down, get out. RP trigger, RP drink, you about real gangsters. In the club with a diamond, I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to serve. I'm going berserk. I do you the worst with a with a diamond. I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to slide. I'm ready to slide.
So here what now? See I make some rice and peas. The first thing about you bust a can of coconut milk. See? You put them in the pot, Dutch pot or whatever, and you open your coconut milk. Then you put on the fire, put a nice medium-sized fire, right? Then you put like a piece of onion, not a lot, piece of onion, piece of scallion, you know what I'm saying, piece of green pepper. Then you drop a piece of whole Scotch bonnet. Don't make it burst, or it'll be hot like pepper. You let it bubble. Coconut milk is a secret ingredient. Coconut milk can go in anything. I put coconut milk in Atkins sausage, coconut milk in rice and peas, brown stew chicken, everything. Not a lot, not a whole can, like you're making rice and peas, but you put like, you know, a little quarter cup, give it a little flavor. You let it bubble. Give it a little flavor. You let it bubble. Give it a little flavor. You let it bubble. Give it a little flavor. You let it bubble. Give it a little flavor. All right, try you out.
Girl, you nasty, 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 nasty. காற்றும் வீசுது.
சில நேரம் சிலு 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 என சிறுவிரல் படப்பட துடிக்குது எங்கும் தேகம் கூசுது.
சின்ன பெண் பெண்டல்ல வண்ட பூந்தோட்டம்
கொட்டட்டும் மேளம்தான் என்று காதல் தேரோட்டம்.
படையோசை கல கல கலவென கவிதைகள் படிக்குது. குடு குடு தென்றல் காற்றும் வீசுது.
Antonio. Thank you for listening. That was wait, who was that, Alan?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Hello. Hello. You can hear me? Okay, then.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you, yes. How are you? How's your day going? Good afternoon.
It's been good. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. So this is actually the first pre-recorded call we're going to have, so it's kind of interesting. Like, I feel a lot more professional with it. But, hold on, can you introduce yourself, please, Nishevitha?
Yeah. So, my name is Nishevitha, and I am a South Indian DJ. I have been DJing for about 5.5 to 6 years now. And yeah, I'm an open format DJ. I've spent a lot of things, but I really love doing like club music and really like nerd out on global club and dance music and understanding like U.S. regional club music as well. Yeah.
Nice. And you said you've been DJing for about 5 to 6 years?
Correct,
you can really tell. You're one of my like favorite DJs that I listen to like consistently. How do you say you got started DJing?
Yeah, so you know, like during school, I had a radio like internship. So I went to Toronto. I had this internship there where I was a radio disc jockey, and I was like given the opportunity to produce my own show. And so I decided that I wanted to feature like rap artists from the United States, from like Atlanta specifically, to come and speak on the show in Canada. And so when it aired, people from like the local Regent Park community could come and listen to it and, you know, hear these artists speak about their experience in art. And yeah, and I just feel like expressing how important art and music is to youth and like to kids around the community is really important to continue like further generations of self-exploration and artistic and musical exploration more so. So yeah, that's kind of where I got my start, wanting to curate experiences and curate my own sense of taste. And then my dad bought me my first board as a graduation present. You know, I studied in Atlanta for 4 years, and you know, that was the first thing he gave me after, because I expressed to him how much I love the music culture in Atlanta, how much I wanted to be a DJ, and how much I wanted to sort of like seep all of it in. And yeah, that's kind of what got me started. So.
This is interesting. Who are some of the artists that you had like on your show?
Yeah, so I had like local artists on my show. You know, a lot of them went to like my school, or were in like surrounding schools in the community, or kind of were just like in the scene at the time. So I featured this person named Beauregard as one of my artists. I featured a producer, and you know, the person who really like taught me how to use that first board. His name is Davin Lama. And you know, a lot of them still live in Atlanta, but have had a lot of growth musically since then, and have grown into completely different artists and have evolved their sound a lot. So I still feel really blessed and honored to have been able to speak with them and to know them. Yeah.
That's really interesting. It's really interesting how like community has always been such like a core part of like what you're doing and what you're like interested in. Like how does that like start in community then? Like how is it built for you, and how have like your thoughts changed about like, or how have they like evolved since then with your ideas on community and art and like DJing and how these things intersect?
Yeah, I mean, I have always been someone who definitely has wanted to like represent the underground and things and experiences and people that haven't been able to like receive opportunities to showcase their talent. I want to curate experiences that put people onto things that they've never ever heard of before. I feel like that's kind of where it started in Atlanta. I made a lot of friends with some really beautiful people, like my friend, Davion Zaire. He's a big influence for me. And my best friend, Jalen Gore, we all work together to form interesting cultural experiences for people. And yeah, it's kind of like where it started. And then I started building a community and like rapport with folks around me that, my friend Davion introduced me to. And it started growing and growing. And I just started meeting more beautiful people who all kind of wanted the same thing and were creative in that way, each with their own medium and the own way they approach creativity, but yet still focused on like one goal. And then when I came to New Jersey, after like 8 years of living in Atlanta, I was afraid that I wouldn't find that and that, I would have to start from scratch again. But it's funny, right? Because like, birds of a feather flock together, right? Because like,
there's always going to be someone.
Yeah, there's always going to be somebody who sees you for who you are and the things that you really want to preserve and the community that you want to keep. And so I met. Go ahead.
No, Jen, sorry.
Oh no, I just met. I knew a few DJs who moved. Who moved from Atlanta to here. Specifically, like my first friend here was Yodi, and he really had a big influence on DJ culture to me here. He explained a lot of it to me. He taught me how to work my first CDJs. He took me to Pirate for the first time, and he introduced me to some folks here.
So the first time you go to Pirate is always like, it's like breaking an egg a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, he was like, oh my gosh, you need to format your record box. Like, he taught me how to do all of that. So like, I have a lot of gratitude for him to like sort of bring me into things, and he introduced me to some really good people who then introduced me to some other really good people here. Kind of like the butterfly effect, and I'm here now, but I couldn't have done it without, planting those seeds of community in Atlanta, and then, of course, extending all the way to New York and New Jersey and beyond. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how community has evolved for me, to answer your question. It's long-winded.
Like it's sort of just like through like the friends of friends, and like eventually like it'll just grow on its own if you sort of let it for, like long enough.
Yeah, and I think like discernment is a really big piece of that too. I'm very much like a believer in like what feels godly and what feels like spirit driven in the things that I do and the people that I meet. So I'm always trying to like,
I get it.
Kind of, you know what I mean? Like make sure that the people that I'm with and like who I'm hanging around make me feel like godly and make me feel like I'm walking in my purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to like the expression or like the way people are like allowing themselves to express and like allowing others to express themselves. That sort of like sees to like the deeper nature to like oneself or like the other. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you said like you kind of got started in like Atlanta. You were living there for 8 years. You had a radio show, started making music, got your first board. What would you say are like some of the biggest like differences like culturally from like being in Atlanta versus being in like the New Jersey, like Connecticut, New York sort of area?
Yeah. I think musically, so I mean, I feel like on two fronts, right? Because I'm a singer and songwriter as well. That's like my first, love, and singing has always been a part of my life. I've been singing since I was very little. So I was making a lot of music when I was out there in Atlanta. I was meeting a lot of like vocalists and rappers and, I guess like musicians who would astound me with their like musicality and their, depth as like artists. I don't believe I hung around a lot of DJs there, but I always had, I always had like a really deep respect for DJ culture. I did meet a couple of them and, was privileged enough to hear them spin and, deeply inspired, but like, I feel like I developed my identity more as like a singer-songwriter / musician there.
I think that makes sense.
But the DJ culture is different too. I feel like as I've thought about it more so from like an audience member to the person performing, like I feel like the bar was a little bit different. I feel like there were different circuits in Atlanta that you could sort of like tap into. But they were smaller circuits, there are fewer artists out there, just in general, trying to play the same kind of music, Yeah,
like
exactly.
there's like 8 million people in in this like area, there's like 20 million people probably, versus like Atlanta is like only the city of Atlanta. I guess like you can say like the surrounding counties like Decatur or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I just like even within that, like I feel like the DJs like they were excellent. The quality of DJs coming out of Atlanta were always really, really good. The bar was always set really high. In whatever genres they wanted to spin, there are a lot of really good folks coming out of Atlanta. But I think the bar, the gate, the bar to entry, I guess, was also high. You know what I mean? I think that's something I really appreciate about New York is when I came here, I felt freer to express myself. I felt freer to like meet people and collaborate. I feel like it helped me launch into a different headspace of like, you can do anything you want to do if you set your mind to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I think it is one of the benefits to New York is that like it is like also like going away. So like there is this like there's like an accessibility to like people and space that you can get in New York that you really can't find in other places very easily.
Yeah.
And even though it is like harder, it is getting like harder every day, like the accessibility like to these like people and spaces. Like you're having to compete with more people, having to compete with more things. Like have you ever like watched like a movie about like New York from like the 80s or something, and you're like looking at like this person's supposed to be like a terrible like grungy artist living in their like apartment, and you're like, damn, that place looks nice.
Yeah, it's almost like the grind, or I don't want to say even the grind, but like the hunger never stops. Like the hunger for something better, and I think that's where the whole idea of being grounded in the things that satisfy you and meet your needs are really important. It's always, for me, it's always been about reminding myself that, yes, I'm in this place where everybody is hungry and everybody is driven, right? But to stay grounded, to keep your head on your shoulders, and to pursue the best that you can be, and put your best foot forward, that's all you can do, right? But as long as I'm doing that and ensuring that I feel like my needs are being met, emotionally, physically, if I'm getting enough sleep, those are the things that I really need to remind myself of. I think I do that, and I think that's what really helps me. But yeah, I hear you. Like it is a lot going on all at the same time, all at once. You know what I mean? So it can be easy to get lost in a lot of that, for sure.
Yeah, you do have to like take time to like take things slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like being a little patient can like do a lot for yourself.
Yeah, and reminding yourself what's important. You know, what are your priorities? How are you going to prioritize things? And, you know, setting a time frame for yourself to be able to do those things and execute in a way that feels good for you, that doesn't feel unhealthy or doesn't feel like you're putting too much pressure or like stress on yourself to do that thing, you know? So it's definitely a balance for sure.
Yeah. I understand, like it just sort of has to like flow in its own kind of way. But we can get on to like another topic. You were talking about how you are like a producer, you're a singer. That's been like a real like concentration for you. You have like recently just dropped it. Oh my, ooh, sorry.
Bless you.
You just released an EP with the Club Hysteria with your friend Love Higher. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was very much a love letter, a memento of how much we love club music, we love the world around us, and you know, one thing I've always appreciated, about Love Higher is that they've always been deeply curious about my journey into music and deeply curious about who I am. And I feel like I display the same amount of curiosity towards them and the things that they've ever shown me, you know.
Yeah.
Love Higher was the first person to put me onto footwork and show me how magical that world could be. And we share a great love of hard drums and, you know, a lot of different types of club music for sure. But yeah, I think this was meant to be it's like a little present wrapped up, you know, and showcasing both of our personalities and who we are as people and the way we listen to sound. I think the one thing that we both resonate with is this idea of like etherealism within club music, the idea of feeling like surreal in a space that's meant to sweat and dance and you know, take people beyond like the superficiality of what club or what a club night is supposed to even look and feel like, you know. And I think that's the thing that I love about us. Yeah, I mean, just in terms of the tracks themselves, you know, just to continue to go into it, like, you know, there was one track which is very different from the other track, but we tried to showcase our love for like R&B music and again that whole like emotional space that we're both so attuned to and feel like displays a lot of our DJ personality. And then there's another track that, you know, where it was funny because I'm like, oh, it would be beautiful if we sampled the song that I grew up with. And, you know, I used to listen to The Car as a kid and listen to it in a completely different way that that encompasses our love for, like, hard drums and for, like, a lot of bass and, like, heavy drama, you know, in a way that it's, like, gonna go so hard in the club. You know what I mean? Like, because, yeah, and I don't know, and I think it's just started there, and, yeah, kind of, at the end of it, we were so excited because we had these drastically different tracks that were telling slightly different stories, again, that really put together, like, who we are as people, you know. But yeah, I would say emotion and release and being able to tap into, like, that really ethereal nature of things is really what our pocket is. I mean, I'm so grateful for that, you know?
Yeah, I think something that, like, you two both, like, as, like, someone who, like, sees you two, like, both, like, around, like, floating in, like, the same circles, there's just like a sincerity to like both of you that is like very like nice and like very like I just like a genuineness to like the way you interact and the way like you talk and the way you see people that is very like truly and like it's nice and it makes sense with like the music you like to play, the music you make as well.
Yeah, I think that's something I love so much about them. And also the people that they have so kindly introduced me to as well, in the scene, is that, you know, feeling loved, feeling covered, feeling emotionally safe to express oneself is a luxury and a privilege and a gift, and I don't take that for granted at all, you know. So, yeah.
So, can you tell me more about like Club Hysteria as like a project that you two are like pursuing?
Yeah. So, to us, Club Hysteria started as a vision because of our love for club music, our love for like where we come from. Love Hire's story is so different from my own. You know, Love Hire is from the Midwest, and they represent like a whole different range of music. Or, I mean, obviously there's an overlap, and there's an overlap in our love for the sounds that we listen to, but their experience, how their training, you know, the way their mind thinks about music comes from a slightly different, like, you know, lens than mine.
Like perspective of it.
Yeah, perspective, exactly. Like them growing up in the Midwest and me growing up in California, and then, you know, having this little time like in Atlanta to like love trap music, to love hip hop, like to love rap and like really love rap, you know. And then them coming with their own love of rap music and their own perspective on that. It's like we just really love music, and we come together and we're like, oh, this would be really cool if we represented all these different types of sound that we've experienced through our lives, you know? But then it's also about, you know, taking it one step further, right? It's about representing this love for music, but then also the love for our community, the love for, you know, like black and brown
like the people who make
DJs, and who are making this music, right? Like, I think
the people who hear it as well,
you know, like
being
in Jersey, like we live in Jersey, and being from Jersey, we see so much talent that is in Jersey, that is local to Jersey, that we're like, oh, this needs to be showcased. And, you know, we have these people in Baltimore that we want to showcase, and like we think about like the craziest, you know, artists who are putting some of the most beautiful music out. And it's just our goal to like be able to represent that and give people an authentic club experience that includes like global sound, you know. Being South Indian, like, you know, listening to like Indian producers make footwork like all the way over there, or like all the way in Singapore. It's kind of like surreal, right? Like to be able to have two people who come from such like vast different backgrounds. But I think that's the mission.
Like middle ground that you can find like relatively easily, it seems. Like there's this like shared like sonic like language that you're able to like communicate through very well.
Yeah, this shared language and this shared authenticity and this shared sort of like service that we want to do to our community, right? Like, and it's not only just like representing like black and brown folks, but it's about inclusivity of, you know, the queer community and representing people who, you know, traditionally have not been given opportunities to voice, you know, how they produce music, or, you know, being able to show that or showcase it in a way that allows people to know, like, oh, this exists too, and this is crazy, and it's even crazier than what we're listening to right now. You know what I mean?
Well, there's the core aspect to like any art, which is that like it has to be like seen, right? Like if if it's not seen, it's not like art. It's just like a thing that was made and like put somewhere.
Yeah.
So like unless the music is heard, like it's not a thing. It's like it's a collection of bits sitting on a hard drive that can like theoretically make a sound, but unless someone knows what that sound is, there is no there's no point.
Yeah, and there's so many amazing queer and femme DJs specifically who are creating this music, who are stewards of this music, of these different genres and ranges of music, rather, that it's important for us to showcase. And so I think something that Love Hire and I also deeply resonate on is that we take our curation very, very seriously, you know? We take curating as an art form, and so we get excited, and we get excited and we get motivated and deeply ambitious about the way that we curate, because it's the thing that fuels us, you know? But yeah, that's a very important part. I think making the music that we want and curating the taste that we want is important. Putting out the sound that we envision in our heads, I think, is also what makes Club Hysteria so unique, right? We love music, we love making music, we love listening to music. So there's a lot of like different pieces. We're not just here to throw parties. We're not just here to, promote. We're here to be a collective, and we're here to be a force. And that's more than boxing ourselves into like one thing. But I think you know what I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really impressive. Like, it's very like a thoughtful practice the way it is. You know what I mean? It's a very like intentional practice, which is very nice to see, and I enjoy it. There's what else want to talk about? I want to talk about where are some of like your favorite places. This is completely like tangent, like completely different. What's some of your favorite places to like go to like see people perform in like New Jersey, like in like Jersey? You know what I mean? Like if I'm in like Jersey City.
Yeah. To be quite honest with you, I feel like I think in Jersey, if I can be honest with you, I feel like this is the first year that I really experienced Jersey as like a place for me to go and hear music. And not that it's not happening, right? Like obviously, like I said before, there's some incredible producers coming out of Jersey, and I get to know them one-on-one and have conversations. Yeah. We connect over IG, and I hear their music. And, I see, like, local parties happen and, like, even, like, ciphers that I would love to be a part of. But I've never been a part of them before. I think, like, in my experience, I feel like New York is where I spend most of my time listening, And maybe that's something I need to change this year. But I have spent a good amount of my time, like, going to New York to experience things and listen to things. But I would say, I've been to, the Allure Lounge. I've been to the Pet Shop. I think, one of my earlier and more formative experiences in DJing was at Pet Shop, and it's this lovely little basement. And, that's kind of where I met some of the cooler, or like the coolest DJs and / like musicians here based in like Hoboken and like Jersey City and sort of like the surrounding circuit in like Newark and stuff. But yeah, I love Pet Shop. It's a lovely place. It's very like, how do I say, hole in the wall, So you gotta go inside the shop, and then you gotta take the stairs down to the basement, and that's where this entire venue is. And like, there's a little like stage where the DJ performs. Yeah, there's a little like a bar, and it's nice. But I think I would say that I think I really enjoyed my time throwing parties with with Love Hire at the Erie, you know, we learned that it was a very like historical spot in Jersey City and meant a lot to a lot of musicians who have been here in the club circuit within Jersey for a while now. Actually, like Tal was telling us about it when, you know, when we were throwing that party with Sweaty City Sweet, excuse me, you know, as one of our like formative club and stereo parties, like, so I've learned a lot about the history of Jersey and Jersey City and, you know, Newark within the past couple of years.
We've had a few Jersey heads on the show. It's really like remarkable, like the amount of skill and talent that comes out of like Jersey, which is pretty great.
Yeah. I think that's my goal, is to maybe spend some more time in like Rahway and Newark and be able to really love Jersey more. It's so big. I spent a lot of time in like South Jersey too, you know, like towards like Asbury Park and like you know, I feel like it's always been a dream of mine to like throw a beach party in Asbury Park and just invite all of like the cool Jersey DJs to come and perform. There's this little stage there, you know. I wouldn't call it a stage, it's like an outdoor space, but it's very nice. Yeah.
Beach party would be really fun. Yeah. Ooh, sorry.
Bless you.
What are some of like your favorite places to eat in Jersey as well?
Oh, favorite places to eat in Jersey. Good one. Okay. So I have a unique palate because I'm vegetarian and I'm also gluten-free. I have a disease that stops me from being able to eat gluten like that. So I really enjoy this place called, I think it's called Brick Pizza. It's in Hoboken, and they have some of the best like pasta alla vodka that you could taste. They have a good eggplant parmesan and, you know, some good like really good pizza choices and selections there. There's another good place named like Margaritas that makes their own dough in-house and really does a great job of a gluten-free dough. It's really hard to find places out here, pizza-wise, that make like good gluten-free pizza. So that's a place that I really love. There's this Indian restaurant called Saptagiri that's like super legendary, and it's been here for like, you know, since I was born, honestly. It's been here for a really long time, and I only learned that recently, but they're based out in Jersey City too. Excellent food, excellent service. We always order from them, you know, and it's a good experience for sure. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Saptagiri for anybody who comes to Jersey City. It's like a good hearty spot to go to. I would say. Yeah, for sure. I will send you the link if you want, but it's very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about other places that we've been here that we love. I'm usually like, I usually love to eat inside too, so I love to like buy and cook my own food too, so I tend to do that a fair amount of times as well. But yeah. Oh, how can I forget? There's this place called Saigon Bistro. And Love Hire and I go there. That's our favorite place. You know, I don't know if you know Certified Jesus Free, but, you know, we all love that spot. Saigon Bistro is very good. And it's like, there are 2 locations, and they've never missed. You know, it's like Vietnamese fare, you know, so it's a lot of like pho and banh mi and good stuff.
Okay. Saigon Bistro to Meeting Hungry. But what else is there to talk about? So how have you seen like the community like change since you've like been DJing, like in like at least in like this area for the past couple of years? Like, have you noticed like the way like people go out has changed at all? Have you noticed like a difference in like the kinds of people that you see out?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, because I mainly go out in Bushwick, and I mainly go out in Brooklyn. I'm not a big Manhattan person really like that. I mean, I've only DJed at pianos a handful of times, and but the times that I have been out, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's more lively in Brooklyn, I feel like, but I haven't seen a change really. I think there's a slight difference between the way people party in Manhattan versus the way they party in Brooklyn. I feel like things are, I don't know, but I feel like I feel more at home when I'm in Brooklyn, and especially in Bushwick. Like, I love a good night in Bossa. I love a good Public Records night. You know what I mean? Like, I love spending my time in spaces like, I've only been in nowadays like maybe once or twice with a good couple of friends, but it's been lovely. I love elsewhere. I feel like it's just, I don't think I've observed a change though in the community and how they interact with it. Maybe sometimes more aggressive behavior in clubs that I've been to before that haven't seemed as aggressive,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise I don't think really. But maybe that's just not me not being perceptive enough, and should probably start paying more attention, But yeah, not at first glance for me, no.
Okay. You talk about like going out in Bushwick, you love like Bossa Nova and all these places. What have been some like of your favorite nights while like going out? While you've been like, like with some of the people you have seen, or like some of your friends you were with? What is like I don't know, not like what is an ideal night? What is like I don't know. Like what makes Bushwick in like Brooklyn so like different, I guess? Because it's something I notice as well. Like I really don't go out in like Manhattan or the East Village that much. I mostly hang out at like the couple bars I like.
Yeah. I think it's more so that I see more people. Well, if I could be honest with you, I just see more queer people. And being queer, like, for me, has been a trip, because in Atlanta, there is a very, like, large and beautiful queer community. But there are only a handful of parties that are dedicated towards, like, celebrating, queer folks. And, like, and maybe that's changed since I've left, so I don't want to speak with, blanket statements like that, right? From my experience, right, like, right after the pandemic, just coming out and, like, recognizing my identity and understanding who I am and being able to find like-minded individuals was a little bit tougher for me. And so partying and going out was, post-pandemic in general, was tough, but there were pockets, there was like MJQ and, Shaka Khan Hacienda and like really amazing spaces where like, collectives like Club Morph would kind of take the house down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think with like the recent opening of Pisces, in Atlanta, it's giving me a lot more like excitement and hope. But I think the reason I spend so much time in Bushwick, I feel like, is because, one, I love to DJ and I love hearing good fucking music. Forgive my language, but, good music, like being able to hear and experience and learn. Like, I feel like sometimes I sit there looking like, with my arms crossed, like right at the edge of somebody DJing and looking at the CDJs, because I'm just observing and being a fly on the wall. And I'm fully sober, but I'm just learning and imbibing everything and seeping and being a sponge. And I think I can do that because the quality of music is so good. The quality with which people carry themselves and play and put together experiences is so, it's inspiring, but in a completely different sort of like arena, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, there's something about how, like, on like a regular night in Bushwick on like a Wednesday, you can hear like an amazing DJ for free at like Harp Bar or like anywhere like Jade or like Metering.
No, like, I kid you not, there was one time, it was my best friend's birthday, and, you know, we are the kind of folks that will go out on a Tuesday night, and it was a Tuesday night, funnily enough, but, or it was a special day for her. I don't know if it was her birthday, but it was a special night, and we went out to celebrate, and I think, you know, we ended up at Vasa that night, and it was fairly, you know, it wasn't a lot of people, but there were folks dancing and having a good time, and I had the privilege of hearing Sister Zoe, spin live for the first time, and boy, I could kid you not, like, one of the best sets, one of the most fun nights ever on like a Tuesday, you know, like, I mean, I've had other good bossa nights, but that was up there just because of how kind Sister Zoe was and how amazing, you know, their set was, and just like how chill everything was. I'm like, oh my God, they don't even realize what they're listening to. This is freaking crazy, you know? Yeah, I think another night. Go ahead.
To be able to get something like that on such like a random night is like so rare and so nice.
Yeah, I mean, even like me back-to-backing with, you know, really talented artists, you know, when the club is empty and it's just a couple of folks rolling in and we're all just having a good time. Like, I feel like those nights have been at Heart Bar for me, you know, like I remember we, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with like the folks in AstroTurf, but there's some.
Yeah,
they're very.
I love them. They're great.
Yeah, they're close friends of mine, and so, you know, I remember going back to back with Abhi at one point, just in like just for shits and giggles, you know, and just having such a good time, and folks coming in and just dancing, and also having a ball and like being able to showcase their musicianship in a way that was whimsical and that kept the silliness and like the lightness of it. You know, I don't think I've ever experienced nights like that in Atlanta, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love being here and experiencing this, you know.
There is like something so special about New York in that way, that like the community aspect of it, the amount of people who are just like so close together and they're always interacting with each other like so often. And like just like every refinement that happens of like technique, that's like really interesting. But we're on to like the last like 15 minutes. Do you have like anything you want to like plug or anything you want to talk about specifically?
Well, no, I mean, you know, I think you covered a lot of it. I did, you know, well, I mean, I have this show called Jaggery Radio, and I'm going to shamelessly plug that because that's been an important part of my DJ experience and my journey here in New York as well. It's funny because, you know, when Love High and I first started becoming friends and, you know, we first started hanging out, you know, it was funny because I brought it up to them and I was like, hey, like, I'm thinking about this radio idea in my head, and, you know, I know the word, I know the name for it, I know what I'm going to name it, but, you know, I know what the concept is going to be, and, you know, jaggery is like, it's like this type of palm sugar in India that's used to sweeten like dishes, you know, there's like a variety of like regional dishes in South and North India that
it's like the cone shaped sugar, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I wanted to name it because that's what I grew up with. You know, my mom is Both my parents are South Indian. They were born and raised in Madras in India. And, they came here very early on. They came here, in the late 80s, early 90s, and have been here ever since, but have held on so strongly to their roots and who they are. And a big part of that is gastronomy. It's like cuisine and being able to hold on to, the nuances of the things that we eat, And to me, food was a big part of growing up Indian. It was a big part of becoming an adult for me too, learning how to cook those foods and learning how to replicate those nuances too. So I carried those flavors on with me as I grew up and moved out and into college and into my own home, and so that radio show was a big part. I remember bringing it up to Love High. I was like, oh, should I start this? Should I apply? I'm too scared to apply because there's always those first starting jitters of, is this gonna work? Am I gonna do this? And will this be big? Will this be received in the way that I want it to be received? And I'm so glad I took that leap. And they were like, no, you need to do it. You need to do it now, that sort of a thing. And I have never looked back, I feel like that radio show helps me stay authentic to the things that, I want to play, but I also want to hear other people play. Yeah. And I want to hear more people tell their story, just like I got the opportunity to tell my story. Recently that's been growing, and I'm really excited about that. I just recently featured, one of my favorite producers and DJs, Estat. He hails from Baltimore, and shout out to regional East Coast club music, right? Because I think a lot about Baltimore club and how some of the more treasured musicians that we know, like Tromac and Estat and all these folks perform in Baltimore a lot, and they've started, they've come to New York too, but I think it's important to showcase and continue to showcase that. And I've been really plugged into a lot of different club music scenes all across the East Coast and Florida and in Atlanta too. So I'm really excited to see where the show goes, because to me it's about the storytelling piece of it and what somebody's experience looks like and how they even manage to gain the breadth and depth of their sound, quite we were talking about before, quite Reg and I understood one another, you know what I mean? And I got to learn about their experience. It's very cool to learn about them and to continue to uncover things about them as they speak to me about their experience, because I'm like, oh wow, your ear is so refined and you hold so much within you that you bring to the decks,
and you thank you so much, that refined it.
Yeah. But so talking Jaggery Radio is something that always makes me happy.
And where can people listen to Jaggery Radio?
Yeah, it's on Voices Radio. If you look up Voices Radio or voices.com, I air, or my show airs every second Saturday, or rather third Saturday of the month. And I usually post about it on my Instagram, and artists I feature usually post about it on theirs as well. But yeah, it's more of I'm inviting more guests now and folks to speak about, or play rather, their experience and play the type of music that they love. So I guess look forward to more eminent artists on there, people that you've never heard of before that are going to be heard of, because that's what curation is all about to me, I think. But yeah, so,
Okay, well, thank you. Oh my God, this has been a really good interview. the DJ set, like I'll have the pre-recording of that like playing before this probably. And thank you. It'll be nice to do all of this like kind of. Usually people come into the studio, and it's kind of nice to do it this way. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Nishevitha. It's been really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you as well. Have a good day.
Have a nice rest of your day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.